Hello and welcome to New Faces with EuropeanVoice.com, where we are talking to some of the new members of the European Parliament who were elected this May. I'm Dave Keating, and here with me today we have Beatriz Becerra. She is a Spanish MEP from the Union for Progress and Democracy, which is a member of the ALDE group. Beatriz, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks to you, Dave.
Maybe you could start out by telling me a bit about how you ended up in this building.
Well, it's a nice story, but I think it's too long to be told here. But I would say that after these last 6 years working for Union Progress and Democracy, taking charge of the communication in general, especially the direct communication through the internet with citizens, and after a long career working also in different marketing and communication environments, I consider that it was the time to take a new challenge, because I really think that decent people have to get into politics if we want to retrieve the confidence in politics.
Looking forward toward the next term, you will be in the Employment, Women's Rights and Petitions Committees.
Right.
What will be some of your main policy focus areas for the coming 5 years?
I would say that for sure youth employment. I think that any measure, any initiative and all the efforts that we can put into the fight or tackling unemployment in youth is essential. I think it must be a priority. And also the salary bridge for women. I think that's something that a democratic society like ours cannot assume. We cannot consider that there is a different retribution considering the sex or the gender of the workers. So these are two key issues. I think these are main objectives. And I also think that petitions, the Commission's Petitions Committee, it's crucial to overcome the big the big separation between the European institutions and citizens.
When it comes to bridging that gender pay gap and some other, the EU has had kind of a spotted history in trying to cover this. If you think about women on boards and these kinds of issues, it's hard to make it into an EU competence since so many of these issues are national. What can the European Parliament do to fight some of these problems? For instance, the pay gap with women. What's really within the European Parliament's power?
Yes, it's true. Most of the legislative competence are national, are in the member states, but the Parliament and the European institutions can fix the minimum, the basis, in not only in terms of the social security in a wide perspective and the guarantee of equity in terms of payment or in conditions, non-discrimination, etc. We can fix those minimum, not only in employment but also in other questions which are very significant right now for women's rights. So I think our position, our main role here is to establish these minimums that sometimes we'll have to put some member states up on their exigence.
You mentioned the Petitions Committee and the role it can play at this time when politicians want to bridge the gap between the EU and its citizens. How do you, at a time when there's a lot of Euroscepticism out there and a lot of vitriol, how do you keep the Petitions Committee a civil place over the next 5 years, I wonder?
That's a very good question. Yes, because there are thousands of petitions, and many of them coming from Spain, I have to say. But I think one of the main goals of this Petitions Committee should be, I think, in my opinion, to establish priorities, to determine the timing of the answers and the information we have to retrieve on the ground. And of course we have to determine which kind of petitions are only noise with a certain intention, and what kind of petitions are crucial in terms of they mean that there are rights or legal questions that are not applied in the different states. So petitions has been a committee that has been a little bit aside in the last term, and I think we have to put it on the first row now And the first thing we have to do to put them in the first row is to clean up all the noise and to clean up, not only the number or the long stay of the petitions during several months or even years, but also to establish priorities and to serve as a real response area for citizens.
Certainly no easy task.
Yes.
Beatriz, thank you so much for joining us
You're
today.
very welcome. Thank you very much.
You've been watching New Faces with EuropeanVoice.com.